Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and good day to the citizens of this world. What I have to say today is probably the most important thing that I have said up to now. I will cover 4 subjects in detail, and each subject will be shocking. However, solutions are given and will be provided. For you to see the supporting documents of the things that I'm going to show you and the things that I'm going to disqualify, you can see below on my website. First of all, I'm going to address the question of the votes in the US, the so-called voting fraud. As I have warned you, the information that I'm about to provide you with and the solutions will be shocking. And because of the global nature and because it will affect billions of people, I need you to share this information with as many people as you possibly can. It must reach the millions, if not the hundreds of millions, so they can understand what has been going on for hundreds of years. First of all, I'm going to go on to the question of a mortgage, what is known as a debt pledge. For those individuals that have got a mortgage, within that a mortgage agreement, even though it is written in babble, in fiction language, it gives the mortgage company what is known as all powers of attorney. All powers of attorney is even greater than the general powers of attorney, which is widespread. But the all powers of attorney, and yes, it is in fiction language, and you've got to appreciate that. The all powers attorney allows the attorney working for the bank, who is essentially another word for the government itself, because they have to have a license from the government. That power, that all power of attorney, gives that particular attorney and all members within that attorney group, like the Bar Association, which is a global organization. They're the ones that run your courts and wear black uniform, what is a uniform essentially known as a black robe, marking respect for the dead. I'm not going to go on too much about the court system, but that general power also extends, and this is the horror, the real horror to the people in the US. That is why when I wake up tomorrow morning, this presentation have to have gone to millions of people. The horror is that any Bar Association member that has authorization from his group, like the Bar Association, has the ability to cast your vote for the US elections or any elections on this planet. The elections are not rigged, ladies and gentlemen. You have given them all powers of attorney in their fictional quasi-world. In giving the powers of attorney, they have been casting your votes. So let us make some distinction. At this moment, you have what is known as Donald John Trump, who is the president in the United States Corporation. Who's running against him is Joseph Biden, albeit his full name is Joseph, middle name, which I've forgotten, it's of no consequence, is a lawyer. And as a lawyer, and because the power of attorney in your credit cards and in your mortgage agreements gives them in their quasi-world the power to cast the votes on your behalf as well. So when you hear about the voter steal or stop stealing the votes, what is essentially happening, what they are describing to you is that by a proxy, you have given an attorney or any attorney, and you can see these documents right in front of your face by just going onto my website and having a look at it. It gives them the power to cast your vote. So sweeping are these all powers of attorney that they get to say who and how your children are educated, who owns your children, who owns your property, your car, the hospital, what happens to your organ. And in common law language, property is yourself. In other words, they also have a say in how your world and your body is going to be controlled. So what I am saying to you is that Biden, who's a lawyer, Trump, who is not a lawyer, is essentially casting votes. So when the voters turn up to those booths to make their votes, not elect, they don't have the power to elect, but when they turn up and they are turned away to say that you have already casted your vote, what they are saying to you is that your powers of attorney, the attorney that you gave the powers to, has made the vote on your behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, what I am revealing to you is so disgusting to the very core of who and what we are in faith and in trust. To produce such fraudulent documents, and wanting for a better word, such elements of witchcraft and such pernicious behavior amongst these solicitors and lawyers who are licensed prostitutes. So disgusting is it that the bankers who have been perpetrating this crime, in collusion with your own government, which I will be going into detail very soon. I am now letting you know the entire planet, the entire globe, the United States of our World Corporation as well. Those powers of attorney, those general powers of attorney by the mortgage companies, by the banks, by the governments, sanctioned by the governments, yes, by your own government, are null and void. They have been parséed and syntaxed, which means that we have shown the fraud on the document. Every single human being on this planet that has a mortgage and taught unwittingly, yes, unwittingly, signed away of what is known as a all powers of attorney, I emphasize this word all, is null and void on a global scale. No bank, no loan company, no credit card, no student loan, nobody, not nobody, has the power of attorney over you on a global scale. As the Federal Postal Courts have done this, I beg your pardon, no plural, as the Federal Postal Court has done this to safeguard this entire planet, I will make this very clear to you. The pernicious act, the vulgar, disgusting act of hoodwinking, lying and cheating on paper, so we have the evidence, to think that you can get away with this again and again, especially when you live in the post-era of David Wayne Miller. And you think you can get away with this in this brand new corona period, a new birthing. Because nobody, no company, no president, no prime minister, no bank, no bankster, no lawyer, no attorney, which are all negative states of condition, has any power of attorney over anybody. Full stop. Because of this, the county court run by the county coroner, has no powers of attorney. It has been not given to him. Now, if you look up the Attorney General, if you look up some of the county court coroners who do not need to be medically certified, are solicitors and lawyers, practicing their so-called power of attorney. And by a proxy, they can move it to anybody else, like, for example, another lawyer called Biden. What I am saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, and I have to repeat myself, the consequences of us, the Federal Postal Court, and the judges and the clerks and the staff and the sheriffs and the entire system that runs a court has disqualified this as nothing more than fraudulent. This includes banks and mortgage companies like Fannie Mae in this country, mortgage companies, which you see right in front of you. And these are the documents that we have disqualified, and they have been certified as being disqualified by the Chief Federal Postal Court Judge, Alex, and the plenipotentiary judges as well. If I have not made it clear to you, let me make it very clear. Because it's on paper, we have forensics evidence that you have been lied to. And if you guys and ladies have any question as to what is going on, I've given you a level of closure that very few people on this planet is willing to share with you.